session for our CARE students. We are happy to be here with you today, answer some of your questions. We know that you are for a little bit further in your admission process, and hopefully we can answer some questions for you and get you to that a little bit closer to the finish line. My name is Stephanie Moncada. I'm the Multicultural Admission Counselor here at Florida State University. I am on the main campus, and I'll be one of your moderators tonight, and I'll let my other moderator introduce himself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rashad. First of all, congratulations on being accepted to Florida State. I know it's been a minute since you've been accepted, and we're excited to have you here to answer any questions. My name is Rashad, and I'm one of the admissions counselors here, and I am located in South Florida, where I work with Miami-Dade and Monroe counties.
All right, so of course you'll have the opportunity to send your questions to us. We'll be talking about all things admission, all things CARE. We do have two students on our panel, so it's a little bit more intimate today than last time, but I'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves. You'll be hearing and learning from them throughout the session.
Awesome. I'll go ahead and kick us off. I'm Ashley. I'm from Orlando, Florida, but I was born and raised in New York City. I'm majoring in criminology and international affairs, and I'm involved in a couple of areas on campus, most notably CARE and FSU SGA. And yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Deshaya Maxwell. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm currently a second-year student here at FSU in the Behavioral Neuroscience program. Some organizations that I'm involved in is FSU's NAACP program and FSU Drinks program. So, yeah.
Travis, thank you for joining us. You walked in just in time for your introduction.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here this evening. My name is Travis Waters. I am a second-year student here at Florida State University, majoring in political science and environment and society with a minor in Spanish. Here at the university, I'm involved in a plethora of things, from serving on the Student Foundation Board, being a service scholar, and now serving as the director of the President's Ambassadors. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for your introduction. So we're going to kick it off with a question for you all, and then we'll start taking questions from those of you who are watching live. So the first thing we'll ask is, what is your favorite thing so far about being an FSU student or being at FSU?
I think my favorite thing about FSU is not only the traditions, but I guess the traditions Black FSU has built for itself. I think that our community within CARE, within the agencies, is something so special that FSU has in order to integrate us to campus. And having CARE be kind of that gateway for us, and having the agencies be that outlet for us to just go and express ourselves and just be who we are is really, really special.
Yeah, I'll add on to what Ashley said. I think it's a sense of family that I get at Florida State University. Entering into the CARE program, you're immediately giving a family, and you go through the good and you maybe even go through the bad. But I think that's kind of what defines you as a person, as a group. And so being able to be in CARE and have that immediate family, being able to walk across campus and being able to connect with other CARE students, other students who are there to support you, other students who are there to support you in class and all of your extracurriculars to help you succeed and grow and thrive. I think that is my favorite part about FSU. So yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with Travis and Ashley. It's definitely the CARE program. CARE does actually care, and they really help you get acclimated to the environment, and they provide you with a lot of resources on campus, and just getting through your academics, they're 100% there. So that's my favorite thing.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. So we did get some questions come in from our students. The first one is, how do I access FAFSA forms to submit? So those are going to be on the FAFSA website. We do have resources on our admissions page and on our financial aid page to get you to directly to the FAFSA forms. You can also type it into your Google search box. It'll take you there. Keep in mind, this is a free application for federal student aid, so this is not something that you're paying for. This is a free application for all students to access. The next question is, when do we have to be on campus for the summer term? So if you are an admitted care student, you do start in the summer, so a term earlier than most of our students, and that's going to be mid-June that you'll be here for 6 weeks, and then you will take a break and then come back for the fall term. So it's a 6-week term in the summer that you'll have to be here for the CARE Summer Bridge program.
Okay, and so the next question, this is a great question for our students joining us. Best advice on balancing school, work, and social life and everything else that you throw into the mix while being a student. How do you do that?
I would say for first year students, definitely use your first year as like a trial and error with your classes and like balancing work and school. Nothing is going to be 100% perfect. So I would say go with the flow, but definitely don't forget about your work and don't forget to have fun. But use your first year as your trial and error, and then come your second year, do some reflecting, and whatever you didn't get right first time, you can get it. You got a second try. You have many tries, so
Yeah, I think for me, I feel like don't dig yourself in a hole, because I hear a lot of people say their first year they didn't do so hot in classes, and then it takes them literally the rest of their time at FSU to dig themselves out of that hole. So I would say try to start strong as well. Try to get involved as there's like the 3 org rule. One that's like for fun, one that you really want to do, one that's for professional development, and then one that's for career wise. So try to do those 3. Don't try to just get involved just to get name tags. Try to do something that really matters to you, but also try to not abandon your schoolwork, because it is hard to dig yourself out of that hole once you start low. So yeah.
I would fully agree with Ashley, fully. I think something I constantly have to remind myself at my time here at Florida State is that I came here for one thing. I came here for a degree, to be a student. Student leader is second. That is why leader comes after the student. And so just when you come here, you really have to ensure you're doing those 3 things that Ashley told you, the 3 rules. I think it's quite easy to find yourself digging yourself out of a hole. So ensure that you're maintaining on top of your schoolwork and your academics. And then with your extra time, focusing on your extracurriculars. I think that is truly how you can be successful. But that starts with having good time management. That starts with understanding that without good time management, without you submitting assignments in on time, things of that sort, things will become a little difficult for you. Additionally, I would also say imposter syndrome is a real thing. For those of you who don't know what imposter syndrome is, it's doing something because you believe that other people will pay more attention to you if you do so. It's a big university, 40,000+ students. Even though we have 40,000 students, be yourself, and that's okay. Be yourself, and honestly, that's how you're going to make the most out of your time here.
So much good advice. I think I'm gonna have to take some of this for myself as well, just everyday life. Thank you guys. So some of the questions coming in, I'll try to cover as many as I can for those of you who are watching. If there are any schedule conflicts, so whether it's graduation or having to be here, please contact our office and we'll provide our contact information at the end of this, or you can find it on our website. But if there's any conflict with your scheduled start date, let us know. Let's talk about it. For those of you who are admitted, your orientation will be virtual. So everyone's orientation is still going to be virtual this summer. And if you are admitted through the CARE Summer Bridge program, you are expected to be here. We have housing prepared for you. We have a ton of events prepared for you. And so you will need to be on campus for that. Which I confidently say that everyone on the call will probably say that is one of their best summers. I've heard that been said several times. So it's not something you want to miss out on. The next couple of questions have to do with financial or scholarships, grants. Your financial packages have been released. And so you want to make sure you're visiting your my.fsu student page. Look for your financial package there. If you don't see it, it's possible that it still hasn't been released, but I know most of them have been at this point. Please give us a call, send us an email, or contact the Office of Financial Aid. We will guide you through how to find it, we can go over it together. That's what we're here for. And so as far as financial questions, admissions in the Office of Financial Aid is available to walk you through that. All right, so the next question for our students on the panel. You gave great advice on what's currently going on in your life, probably, but what would be maybe something you would do different for your freshman year? And if you got nothing, what did you do? Because it went really well.
For my freshman year, I would say like don't OD. I think I was ODing my freshman year with like trying to be involved in multiple things and take a whole bunch of hard classes. So I would say just give myself time to relax and not feeling like I have to do everything.
I would agree. I spoke about imposter syndrome, wanting to do everything for the benefit of other people. I think college is such an interesting thing in the sense that it's like one of the first times in your life where you're actually independent. You're an adult per se, and you get to make your own decisions and your own mistakes and kind of craft the individual that you kind of want to be without the aid of other people. And so I had imposter syndrome. I wanted to do everything, so I joined everything. I was that name, but then looking back, I'm just like, well, I mean, that's literally only gotten me thus far. Again, I came here for the degree, so how will I make the most out of my time here? So I will say to my freshman self, go out and get you an internship. You are here in the state capital of Florida. There are many different governmental agencies, many different nonprofits, many different businesses that you could go to set yourself apart from everyone else. So get yourself an internship and choose maybe one or two things, Travis, that you take pride and joy in, and that you could potentially grow from. And so that's what I would tell myself. I would have probably not listened, but yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking because I was like, what would I do differently? Because like I didn't dig myself in a hole, thank God, because I've always been pretty good at school. And then when Travis was talking, I was like, oh, now I know what I'd do differently. So I got like, I know this is intimate, so I'm gonna share this. I've never shared this before, but the freshman 15 is so real. It hit me so hard. I literally gained at least 15 pounds. That's what freshman 15 is. You either gain or you lose 15 pounds. And it definitely hit me. And it's because like I had care and I also had bright futures. So my package was tip top shape, So I literally would eat out every single day. And Swanee wasn't helping. And so it was tough. So I would say to take care of myself a little bit more because I was focused on involvement, focused on school, focused on care. And I wasn't focusing on what I was putting into my body. Thank God COVID came around and I got to lose all that weight, but yeah, it was tough.
Awesome. Yes, the freshman 15 is real. I lost 15 my freshman. I was happy with that. So we had a question about move-in and when is move-in. There's not just one date for move-in. You will schedule your move-in date and provide a negative COVID test for move-in as well. Housing will send out that information at a later date for you to be able to go ahead and sign up and provide the information needed. But speaking of move-in, what was your move-in experience like?
My moving experience, It was crucial because I was on the sixth floor and it was so many students during the summer, and it's like everyone is like everywhere in one place. And me, I'm kind of claustrophobic, so being around a lot of people, I get a little panicky and stuff. But yeah, it was hectic, but we got everything up to my room.
I would, I resonate with that so much. I was on the sixth floor also of Magnolia. And so get there early. Get there as early as you could because you will be waiting to move all your stuff in, especially if you are on the fifth and sixth floor. It's kind of like you're walking to heaven trying to get up there. So please get there early. But it was really kind of bittersweet entering into a new stage of your life, if you may. Seeing all these people that you would be with for the next 4 to 5 years, 3 years. That's something that I was tremendously looking forward to. But then you had tons of families there, and you could tell, every single person there worked hard to get there, and that we were all breaking generational curses. And so that was something I really took pride and joy in, just seeing everyone. And that's what we've been doing since we've been here. And so care moving, get there early, but kind of take it all in, because that will most definitely be one of your best summers at FSU thus far.
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick, like you all are lucky because we had to move in like all the same day. Like it was just all 400 of us going in. You guys are staggered. Thank goodness. So you'll probably get elevators because I was on the fifth floor too. And I had to walk up those stairs because no, you were not getting into those elevators. And so you all are lucky for sure. But yeah, it was really special. I remember my first day, I was super lost. Like I had no idea what I had to do. I had no idea. We had like a first day like hearing where Dr. Stark, he was the director at the time, would come and talk to us, and I had no idea we even had to be there. I was just chilling with my mom at Panda Express, and then I got a text, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So if you all are don't know what to do, it's okay. We'll help you.
All right, so a few more questions coming in. We have some more questions about care packages or orientation. Your care participation agreement is going to be essential. So you want to make sure you know what that is, you know where to find it. You have a link that takes you to your care participation agreement on your application status check, but it's going to talk to you about your orientation dates, which you mentioned is going to be virtual. Your care package is going to be on your financial aid or my.fsu student page. So you should find that tab that says My Finances, and it'll give you a breakdown of everything. Keep in mind that FAFSA is going to be something that you do every single year, and that's what your financial aid package is going to depend on. And again, I encourage you, if you have more questions or you need more information about this, definitely let us know. We do have another question about math placement exam. You will get information about your math placement or the opportunity to take the exam from FSU directly, and this is going to be based on the classes that you've already taken. And so you will get it via email. So make sure you're checking your email. Email is going to be very important right now as we continue to communicate with you through the enrollment process.
All right, so let's ask our students another question about what is one thing you would do different freshman year if you could do it all over again?
Wait, we did that one.
Did we do that one? Oh, my bad. I'm reading the questions backwards. That's what I get. So then what is something you are looking forward to, this upcoming, as applying for a new program, joining an organization, study abroad, research, volunteer work, so many
We
options.
want to look to the future.
Yeah, that's something a lot of my friends have been telling me lately, is to look towards the future. And I've been looking at, I feel like I did a lot of things with involvement on campus. And so I'm looking into expanding and actually translating that to the real world into my hopeful career. So I'm looking forward to internships for sure. I want to Yeah, I want a really, really good one. So we're crossing our fingers and praying, but yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with Ashley. I think Ashley and I have been through the thick of it around campus. Just we've done quite a lot, and so we have quite an extensive things on our resume to speak on. Um, but I think just looking futuristically, just gaining a bit more valuable internships. I've had a couple of internships since last summer, but looking to get some big notable ones, maybe at the U.S. Capitol or something like that, doing some environmental work or some public policy work. So looking forward to that. And then rounding the corner and applying to law school. That's where we are. It's crazy to think that we kind of just started FSU and we're preparing to leave. And so I encourage you all to really just make the most out of your time because it will literally be gone before you know it. So
you both mentioned internships. And so I know you triggered a lot of thoughts and questions to the students who are watching now. Travis, how did you find your internships? And maybe Ashley, what's your plan to finding the ones that you're interested in being a part of?
absolutely. And thank you for that question. How did I find my internships? Honestly, you really just have to have a fervent and unequivocal drive to find internships. Um, I was exiting my freshman year last spring when COVID happened. And I had an internship lined up at the Florida Bankers Association. Um, but then that fell through my hands. And so I really became discouraged because I'm just like, well, I don't really want to spend the summer simply just doing courses. I really need to set myself apart. Like I enjoy classes, but I know that I will enjoy things outside of the classroom. And so FSU offers a lot of different avenues for you to find internships, specifically through the Career Center, Knoll Network, Handshake. And you will be able to have access to all these things come fall. But I really encourage you to take a look at those because there are so many FSU alumni. There are so many just FSU people just wanting to see you grow and succeed. I've shadowed many people at the state capitol. I've gone to many nonprofits throughout the Tallahassee community and even the greater Big Bend community. And so it's really just knowing what you want and applying. Like really just networking. So like many of the people that you met in high school, the teachers, administrators, if you won national awards, keep that networking going because those people could still potentially offer you things and connect you with people here in Tallahassee, in DC, in California, in New York. So become a master at networking. And that's kind of what I pride myself on doing.
Yeah, I know for me, speaking of alumni, I got so I've already had one internship and I got it through the Student Alumni Network. I mean, the Student Alumni Association, sorry. Because I'm a member of the Student Alumni Association and I got an internship with Florida Representative Geraldine Thompson. She actually represents District 44 of where I was because I used to live in Windermere and she represented my district back home, which was really full circle for me. And so I got an internship with her and I interned with her this past fall. And then I also actually have a part-time job in a law firm with Attorney Delarosa Monroe. And I actually got that through the former director of CARE, Dr. Stark. He introduced me to her and I applied and I got it, thankfully. So definitely networking is a big thing. You'd never know who is going to help you, who is going to connect you with someone else. And you also don't know how all of these different DSOs on campus, so the Student Alumni Association, Student Boosters, Student Foundation, how any of those are going to open the doors for you to possibly have an opportunity at an internship for a career that you're interested in.
Yeah, I'll have to agree. You want to get involved with anything on campus, you definitely have to network. You don't have to network with everyone, but just find like one or two people and connect with them and then they'll connect you to other people. And there are so many opportunities accessible to you on campus. One thing that I'm doing next semester that I'm looking forward to is research. I recently just got accepted into directed individual study with the associate professor and researcher in the College of Medicine. So yeah, a lot of her research is focused on health psychology. So I'm really excited about learning about that. And if you are a student, especially like a STEM student, I'm a STEM student, research is something that you want to do. Get on those websites, the what you call them, get on the biology advising website, psychology advising website, and just look for opportunities and reach out to those professors because they're 100%, they want you in the lab. So you just have to put in the effort.
That's so awesome. Yes, get to know your faculty members. That can be your best friend. So speaking of moving in, we did get a question about, after the summer term, the CARE summer program, will you stay until or go home? You will go back home in between the terms, and then you get to do the whole moving thing again. Much excite. Housing once again will send you more information about move-in details as that time gets closer, for you to make plans accordingly. But speaking of summer housing, what are some things you would recommend bringing with you to the summer term or in housing in general?
I've actually gotten this question from a bunch of CARE 21 students. And I would personally say pack light. Do not bring your whole closet. You are only here for a month and it is hot. You do not need these hoodies. You do not need coats. You do not need anything like that. Just bring the basics. Tallahassee is very hilly. So bring sneakers because you're going to be sweating walking to classes. You're going to be sweating if you have classes in person, of course. So definitely pack light. And then bring like business professional. I know I didn't really have a whole bunch of it, but Care's going to send you actually a list, basically, of what things you should bring. And on that list is going to be like something business professional, business casual. So bring a couple of dresses, a couple of suits. But yeah.
I would agree. Pack light. You're only going to be here for so long over the summer. Like I said, like you'll be here and it'll be done before you know it. Yeah, like Ashley said, bring some sneakers. You are literally going to be outside all the time, all the time. And so if you don't kind of have sneakers, you probably want to maybe invest in those. A hat. Honestly, if you play music or if you play a sport, I know I play tennis. We have tennis courts that are here that you can use, and so I brought my tennis rackets. And so when I needed to, if I wanted to go play, I just took the tennis rackets and went to go play. So whatever you're interested in, we have spaces for you. So yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. Just look, whatever CARE tells you to bring, just bring all of that. Me, my freshman year, I brought like a whole bunch of stuff. I don't regret it. Just if you bring a lot of stuff, just be prepared to pack it up when it's time to go.
So my takeaways is I could bring one hoodie, sneakers, and leave the fashion show for the fall. That's what I got from this.
And I'm gonna add, don't forget your umbrella because you'll look outside and it'll be raining.
And a water bottle. Stay hydrated.
There you go. Yep. So if you're
A reusable one, preferably.
yes, making sure that hopefully all of you are writing this down because it'll be important, and you'll be here for 6 weeks and then you'll have to pack up and then do it all over again. So take that advice to heart because they're saying it for a reason. All right, so we do have a question that came in from one of our students watching. This is regarding tax transcripts. So this is giving me all kinds of verification energy on your my.fsu student page, you will have a to-do list. It's going to be on your right side of the screen. This to-do list is going to tell you exactly what you need to do. It's going to provide you with the links that you need for verification. And it's going to tell you exactly where to find this tax transcript or any other tax information that you need to provide for verification. You'll have different things on your to-do list. Not all of them may be financial aid related. So you want to make sure that you are staying up to date with what that to-do list looks like and make sure that you're staying on top of any deadlines. But again, to-do list on your FSU page, make sure that you are reading the details of what you need to provide and following the links that are available there. They will give you everything you need to know to complete your to-do list. And I will say it again, make sure if you have questions, we're here for you. We're here to guide you through that, to help you. The Office of Admissions or the Office of Financial Aid can kind of walk you through that process. You can email us, you can call us, and we can provide you with more information.
We did get a question about study abroad opportunities. And our office of national programs has a list of study abroad opportunities for our students to take part in. I know I cut out for a second, but go check out their website. They have so many opportunities for students to partake in. We have 4 international study abroad centers that you could go study at as well. I don't know if any of our students have had the opportunity to study abroad. I want to talk about it, or a friend who may have studied abroad. Feel free to share those experiences.
I personally have not studied abroad, but I am in a program called Global Scholars, and it's to help facilitate your study abroad experience doing social impact work abroad somewhere in maybe a third world country, just helping to, again, just do social impact work. Personally, I won't be traveling abroad this summer, but next summer, I am looking forward to doing that. But I have had friends who have studied abroad, and it's a very good experience to learn about other cultures, expose yourself to research, anything whatsoever. Like, you really could just tailor it to what you want to do. We have one of the best offices to help facilitate that, and that is the Office of National Fellowships. I personally work with an advisor in that center, that office rather, and they've been very influential to help me to gain the things that I presently have. And so there are many notable nationally recognized things that CARE students are eligible for. So just take advantage of that.
All right, so the next question I have for you all is, what are some of the facilities, and I think some of you have already touched on it already, that are available to you on campus? What has been, essential for you, or something that you really enjoyed going to, visiting on campus, or some that you always recommend at the top of your list for our incoming students?
I know my friends were really big on the basketball courts. You can always go find a pickup game there. They're by McCollum, which you probably don't even know where that is. But yeah, the basketball courts, the leash. I feel like the leash is amazing. It's super big. I just don't know if it's going to be in slots. I think you have to reserve your time now. But the leash is amazing. And I think I also used to play soccer. And so me and my friends would go and play soccer. It's next to the track. You'll see where all of this is eventually. But it's next to the track, and literally you can go at any time because it's not gated in. I think. But yeah.
Yeah. The gym is really fun. If you're looking to do stuff leisurely, I would recommend we have a planetarium. That's fun. Movie theater on campus. That's fun. Paint a pot. That's fun. Yeah. Those are some spots that you can just hang out at.
Yeah, we are currently in the midst, well, hopefully finalizing the construction of our union. And so in our union, that will be the big student space that you could go to literally to find anything that you want to, food, recreation, and things of that sort. And so one of the things in there will be a bowling alley. So I'm looking forward to that. I have not had the experience of going to a union or having a union. And so I'm looking forward to that. I think that's opening next spring, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I like to go to the tennis courts, so that's why you'll find me. But also, what I like even more is this beautiful place that we have. It's a whole bunch of acres. It's called the FSU Res, and the FSU Res is like an outdoor recreational place where you can go to do obstacle courses, to do like rock climbing, zip lining. There's canoeing, kayaking, paddleboarding, sailing, um, anything like water and like outdoorsy. You can go there, and it's free of charge to FSU students. And so I highly recommend taking advantage of that. I know I've been taking advantage of that during the pandemic.
Yeah, and CARE actually takes you. CARE has a res day in the summer bridge program, and we'll take you to the res, so you'll see all that.
Awesome. So I know we mentioned talking to our advisor before. How important is it to communicate and meet with your advisor, and how regularly should you be doing that?
It's super important. I know I meet with anything I have questions about, I go to my academic advisor. I would say try meeting them at least twice a semester. But anything, if you have time, go see your academic advisor. And if you can't go see them, send them an email.
I agree. I meet with my advisor often. So when you get here, you'll create your map, and so your map is basically the courses that you're going to take throughout your time here at Florida State University. So each time your enrollment window opens up, you kind of already know what to choose. But for me, I kind of like to experiment and kind of find new things that interest me. And so I meet with my advisor often to just ensure that I'm staying on track, but also so that I'm not duplicating courses. I'm not taking courses that I don't need to take, because that's $600 down the drain that I could have spent on doing something else. So ensuring that you're not duplicating courses or taking classes that you don't need, and many classes overlap. You can knock out a whole bunch of requirements by taking one course, which will save you money, which means that money is going in your pocket. And so that's really why I meet with my advisor. And I also implore you to meet with your career liaison, like your career advisor within your college. And they should also be very influential in helping you obtain that internship that you will seek.
Thank you all for that great advice. Some of the questions coming in do have to do with classes and academic advisors. Does your major have an impact on the classes you'll be taking during the summer? Yes, because as the students have mentioned, we want to make sure that you're taking the right classes for your major. Some of you are also coming in or bringing credits or dual enrollment classes. So we don't want you to take those classes over or have to earn that credit through taking a class with us at FSU. So all of that is taken into consideration when your summer schedule is being created. So it'll depend on credits, it'll depend on your major, it'll depend on the classes that are available. So there are many factors that are going into this. The next question is about vaccinations. At the moment, there is not a requirement for you to be vaccinated. It's not something that you need to provide proof of. You do have to schedule a COVID test before move-in. And so we want to make sure that everyone that's moving in does have a negative COVID test. If that changes, because the plan hopefully is for everyone to be able to get vaccinated, if that changes, you will be notified. So make sure you're staying on top of your email. We will email you with updates, but at the moment, it's not a requirement. And then the next question is about orientation. Another question about orientation. There are pre-orientation modules that you do have to complete before your actual orientation date. So all of you who are admitted through the CARE Summer Bridge program have one orientation date. Everyone will do it together, but there are pre-orientation modules that you have to complete before that date. So make sure that you're also familiar with what that looks like, what that requirement is like. So we're going to jump to another question for our students. And I think this one is something that I think about a lot. But what is maybe the one thing you've learned or the question you didn't know you had? What has CARE taught you that you didn't know you needed to know? I know Summer Bridge provides you with lots of workshops, you meet a lot of people. What was the light bulb moment? Travis is thinking hard.
I think honestly, everything. Like I came in and I realized I didn't know anything about college, about like people were like throwing around PWI, and I was like, what the heck is a PWI? Like, what does that mean? You know? And so I think everything, but I think one of the most important things that CARE teaches me that I still carry through every single day is like remember your why. We literally drill you so hard on the why aspect, and remembering your why is like, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why are you in college? Why do you want to do the things that you do? And I think carrying your why every single day kind of helps you understand if you should do certain things and if you shouldn't do such certain things. And so your why is so important. And I think that's the biggest thing Kara's taught me.
I fully and wholeheartedly agree with Ashley. Knowing your why. If you get here and you don't know your why, I think you'll figure that out very, very quickly, because life will hit you, and life will hit you very hard. I think to be very to speak very bluntly, rather, every college student has that time within college where they believe that they can't give it anymore. That they believe that you ask yourself, why am I doing this? You're looking back at your friends at home and you're seeing that they're doing X and Y, but you're here and you're doing your 3 to 4 years and you're just like, why? But I encourage you to keep that same passion, that same drive, and that same determination, because if you're on this call, most likely you will experience that time. Reflect upon your energy, reflect upon your determination that you had to get here, and use that to finalize your degree. And something that the past director, Dr. Stark, told us, he said, it's not about who you know, but it's rather who knows you. So if to me, I've created a concept, name worth. Your name is so important. Don't attach your name to things that you would not want people to know publicly. Don't attach your name to things that that you just aren't interested in, that you aren't going to give 110% to. That's very important. And your schoolwork should be the first one, but if you join extracurriculars and internships, I think you'll learn that also. So it's really about who knows you, and depending on who knows you, that will open up so many doors for you. You just really have no idea until that door is open. So remembering your why.
Yeah, I have to agree. When you get here, you're definitely gonna have to do like a self-assessment. Definitely figure out what you're passionate about and what you want to pursue in the future. Because when you get here, you're gonna be confused at first, real confused, but just take some time out and just analyze yourself, like what is it that I really want to do? Am I just here to get a degree? Am I here to make connections with others, or is it the whole scope? Like you want to get the whole scope of college. So
Awesome. So I know we talked about just a lot of different things here at FSU, and there's so many different resources to take advantage of. What is one resource do you think that every freshman student should take advantage of when they get here?
the career center.
I'm in Scope, and that's within CARE. And Scope is a TRIO program that's funded by the federal government. And it's helped me kind of figure out like law school and things like that. We actually go on like grad tours. So we went to Atlanta for the LSAC forum, where we got to talk to a bunch of law schools. That was really, really cool. And then we go on like tours to like schools. We were going to go to Texas, I believe, before COVID hit. I was super, super pumped. We were going to Houston. But yeah, Scope has been amazing in terms of figuring out post grad and law school for me.
I think, yeah, both the answers that we gave was very good. I don't seek to counter it. I think to help you get those things, I think something you could take advantage of are the connections that you have with the faculty in administration. Those are the people who are going to write your letters of recommendation for all these different programs that you just heard about. And if you don't have those connections, you may be excluded from them. So make sure you show up to office hours. Make sure you really just connect with your instructors, because those are the people who are going to help you get those opportunities.
Hopefully everyone took note of that. Make sure you guys are all visiting the Career Center, finding out what Scope is, learning more about that. So we'll jump to the next question. Something that we talk a lot about with our prospective students, our admitted students, are majors. And I think, I know I did, but I changed my major when I started. So I guess the question for you is, did you change your major? And if you want to share how many times, that's okay. But how did you know, or what led you to hopefully finalize your decision on what major you are currently in or pursuing your degree in?
Yeah, so I have friends. I didn't change my major, but I have friends that changed their major like 5, 6 times.
Your friends are watching this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to share too much, but 5, 6 times. But we have a great exploratory program. I have one of my best friends. She was in the exploratory program for a while, but she was trying to figure out what she was going to do because she has no idea. We actually have a really good exploratory program. And so basically they like give you like different classes so you can try out different majors or try out different major classes. And then until you figure out what's best for you. But I know for me, I added a major. So I did, I'm dual enduring. But that's a funny question. Don't stress. It's fine. You'll figure it out eventually, you know?
Yeah, I agree with Ashley. I have many friends that have changed their majors many times. Travis, is this what I should be doing? How am I supposed to tell you what you're supposed to be doing? You're the one getting the degree. I can't get the degree for you. I have a secondary major. I'm double majoring. I did change my double major. So it used to be geography, but now it's environment and society. And like what kind of led me to do that? Before college, I wasn't this big environmental person. I had no idea about the environment, and why should I say the environment. But getting up here and just becoming involved and doing like research in class, I figured out this is something that I really want to take part in. So before coming to Florida State, I kind of wanted to be a civil rights attorney, but now I want to be an environmental lawyer. And so it was really just, how do I match up my 2 majors to get me on the right track to get there? It was really kind of like playing chess. It's kind of like putting things together that you like, but something also that will kind of challenge you. And so it's kind of like that. I say don't stress about it. I say if you have your AA, I think you should sit down with yourself and have a conversation with yourself and the people in your family about, okay, what exactly am I doing? Because if you have your AA and you get here, you're going to be thrust in those major classes very, very quickly, very quickly. And then you'll graduate before you know it, before everyone else. And so I really just encourage you to figure out what major you want and where do you want to go. That's a bit of pressure, but I think you all can do it. But besides that, don't stress if you're traditional.
Yeah, I'll agree with Travis. As someone who has changed their major, towards the end of my high school year, I decided that I wanted to be a astrophysics major. And then when I got FSU, I was like, I don't really think this is something that I want to do. Like looking at the program guide, I was like, I'm not going to take all those math classes. That's just a no-no. But then, like I said before, you really have to do like a self-assessment of what you really want to do. And I ended up going to the Career Center, and they guided me through like they have like surveys and different assessments you can take to help you find out what program best fits your interest. And that's how I ended up as a behavioral neuroscience major, because I was like, yes, I want to be a science major, do something to do with science, specifically biology, but also I want to learn more about human behavior. So psychology, and then together, neuroscience. So definitely go to the Career Center, talk to the academic advisors and whatever program you're interested in, because they have all that information and you can decide on what you want to do in the future.
Awesome. So thank you. Our time is coming to an end, everyone. But first of all, we are so thankful for you to being here. Just some reminders for y'all to remember. Make sure you complete your care participation agreement if you haven't done so already. Check your application status check. If you have any questions, you can call us, email us if you want to reach us. 10 points if you got that reference. It might be too old for y'all. But also complete your housing contract as well for fall, spring semester if you're going to be living on campus that year. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and TikTok and Facebook at FSU Admissions, and then on Instagram at FSU.admissions, as well as follow us on our podcast, The More You Know, at admissions.fsu.edu/podcast. And once again, thank you. And we're so happy you joined us. And we hope to see you here this summer.
Congratulations to all of you who've been admitted, and thank you to our students for sharing your very personal and great advice. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Care 21. Please, you will not regret it. Sign that participation agreement right now.
I see you all in the